It's the month of June, and I'm back with another Gorgeous Girl a Month challenge. This month I am using this pretty little girl, which I've never opened before. So here she comes out of the package. I was really interested in the way she sat in that frame. She was like, it was a photo, and then behind her was like a bit of corduroy or something. I was really interested in that frame, and I thought, yes, we're going to use that frame now. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get it all on the one page, and then I thought, no, you know what? We're just going to do a double layout, put it straight in the middle there, and then hopefully have that corduroy offsetting it on the back. Anyway, I had this vision in my head, which, as usual, didn't work, but you learn as you go. So this thing just fit on this tiny little stamp tool. I'm so glad that it did, but I had to tape it down, so yeah, there goes that. I'm using my, what is that? Is that walnut stain or one of the browns from my Distress inks? Double stamped, and yeah, went on really well. And for the girl, I used just basic archival black, jet black in archival, because I'm going to color her in with watercolors. So she's also done there, so that's easy. I'm going to show you really quickly here how I colored this in. So I basically get an acrylic block, and I smoosh the color on, and I have this little trusty brush. It's a Princeton Art Brush and Co. It's a round, and it's a #1. I use it a lot for, little painting, little watercoloring, and yeah, I'm just applying the color on there. I really love that tweed corduroy. It's July here in Australia. It's the middle of winter, so I was really intrigued by this, texture. And then for the frame, I grabbed this product called CM Metallic. It's CM Metallic Gold. It's by Imagine Crafts, and I'm just applying some of it. It's like a paste. It's very light, and I put some on here to make it seem as if it's brass, but I actually covered this up because it doesn't work very well later on. I think it looks good here, but there was just quite a lot of white space, which didn't go with the idea I had in my head. But I might do it for another project that's really good. So I fussy cut that up, and then I roughen the edges with my scissors, and then I also ink up the edges just to give it a little bit of boundary and definition. With my Distress marker. The little girl, the name of the stamp is just Universe. So I colored her in with like really warm winter colors. I used like a gold for her dress, a gold for her crown, a really nice, pretty green for her collar and her shoes, and also green for the frill, and I just did plain black and white stockings. So I forwarded through that, so you didn't have to suffer through any of that. And the colors from this paper were very inspirational to me, and so I kind of knew that I wanted to use that little bit of paper in my layout. So I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do it. I really didn't like that white space, and so I do end up getting rid of it. I then thought it would be really nice to make it seem like she was in a book. So I grabbed this old book that I got from the Salvation Army, and I'm just going to start collaging it down. This actually takes quite a lot of time, and I'm so glad because I've had that jar of gel medium for a long time, and this project helped me finish it off. And actually, I also used an old jar of Mod Podge there, so I'm really glad for this project because I finished 2 old jars of just glues that have been sitting in my stash, just taking up real estate. So I tried to not put them on too cleanly. I tried to put them on haphazardly, and actually in the end what I ended up doing is putting on extra pieces of pages that were like clear, like the bottoms, the borders, just so that it broke up the text a little bit. So yeah, goodbye Mod Podge. I've had that glue bottle for ages. Alright, so this, now when it dried it was actually really stiff, and I was really worried for my book, and good reason, because it did crack. But these things happen, and it's a sign of a well-worn book, I think, when it cracks. So I've cut away all the edges here, and there we go. That looks really good. That was my vision. I thought that looks really good. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to outline some of the text blocks with my distress marker. It's the brown one. I think it's walnut stain. I keep thinking that. It's not vintage photo. I think it's walnut stain. Oh no, I think it's espresso actually. So yeah, so just I really love this. I love this outlining. So you just put it on and then smudge it quickly before it dries up. I love how this looks. So that's looking good. So yeah, see that white space? I really didn't like that white space. So I grabbed some of my distressed crayons and I applied the olive green all around the outside. The green looks really good with that espresso chocolate brown. I love that combination. Like I said, it's June in Australia. It's raining. It's cold in the morning. I'm in love with the brown kind of earthy tones. Nothing too bright for me at the moment. So yeah, so here comes. Okay, so yeah, so I thought that the brown and the green looked really good, and that they were really made the craft of the book page look very stark. So I brought in some of that green color just to make it blend a little bit better. And then I really loved these elements in this page, in this scrapbook paper. So I used my 1-inch circle punch, and I just punched them out here. And I'm going to arrange them around the layout. Looking good, and like I said earlier, that white just didn't seem to go. It really needed to be covered up. Here's the rest of this. Jeez. So I'm just gluing it down here. So that's what I end up doing there. I get a little bit of the scrapbook paper. Yeah, that didn't look good. So I flip it over and I stick that down instead of the photo frame look, and that's okay with me. So it sort of loses the photo frame look, but I still do get that tweed in the background offsetting it, and I might go back a little bit later and find some like wooden embellishments that simulate the corners of those photo frames. We'll see how we go. So with my marker now, I'm just going to go around each of the circular elements of that scrapbook paper just to outline them a little bit more. just to give a little bit of value to the page. It's always good just to add some dark. And it really brings out your work when you add darkness to other elements around the page. I've been taking this art class, and that's that's all. They've been stressing that a lot, and I've been trying to do that in my art, and I really have seen a difference. So that looks really good there. I really like that. And then I go in with the brown, with the olive green crayon, just to add, just some different shading as well to it. Now here comes the interesting part. So I thought at first that I was going to put it like straight in the middle, but then I thought, well, how is it going to bend? As soon as it bends, it's going to bend across her face. So I decided to go kind of off center, and this was so tight to close. And it wouldn't stick. Like, I used double-sided sticky tape, and that didn't really work very well. So I had to go back and go in with gel medium. I'm using like the lid of the Mod Podge and the extras of the gel. I'm just like trying to get as much out of this jar as I can. So I end up sticking it with gel medium, and that does the job. But later on, when I actually close my book, that whole page cracks off the spine, and the only thing that saves it was that piece of, that girl, the frame in the middle. That's the only thing that's keeping my page together, so I'm grateful for that. It's okay. So moving on, I'm using this beautiful stencil by Kaisercraft. I got this from the June kit from Auntie Vera. It's a beautiful stencil. All I want to do is put roses on everything, and I'm using this product called CM Metallic Gold. I'll put the details in the description box below. It's a beautiful paste that it just gives this beautiful metallic bold color, and used in conjunction with the stencil, I think it gives such a beautiful texture to your work. I really love it. And then the gold with the brown and the green. I just really love this color palette at the moment. So I did the stencil on the corners of each of the pages, making sure that it came down onto that scrapbook paper as well, just for a little bit of effect. Okay, so I used the crown from the stamp set. And I just felt like I wanted to put crowns on those circles. I'm not sure why. I think they turned out really cute. I don't know what they represent. I don't know. But I just felt like crowns had to go on the left-hand side there of the page. So all those circles got crowns. And she already had a crown on her, like she was already, the stamped girl had a crown on, so I didn't have to put a crown on her. There's also I was trying to use every element in that stamp set. There's also a little bit of heart, a trio of hearts. So I stamped them inside every one of those circles, and love that stamp off on the hand there just to clean my stamp. So that's looking really good at the moment. So now for the sentiment. I struggle so much with sentiments. I can never find a sentiment that truly describes how I feel about the piece or what I want the piece to say. So I remember I bought this stamp set a long time ago, and I thought I was going to use it to make my own sentiments, and I never have. I don't know why. So I will be doing that from now on. I promised myself. So yeah, because she was called Universe, and because there was all these crowns, I decided to go with be the queen of your universe. And I think that's such a strong statement, and she's such a beautiful girl. I love the way she's standing. She's so confident. Her hair gives just movement and a stance of confidence that I really wanted to go with that, just like evoking that girl power feeling. So that's all stamped out, and I'm just trying to finish off that gel medium. and I've discovered that using a palette knife saves all my paintbrushes from being destroyed. So that's looking really, really good. I was really, really happy at this stage. I thought I was done. And then I decided to just add one more thing. I've got this Bo Bunny glitter paste, and I just, with my finger, it went all the way around the corners, and I added the glitter on top of the green and the gold CM paste, and it just made it pop. So I really loved that. I also, off camera, when I went around and I edged the sentiment and the frame of the girl. There's that trio of hearts. I love that. I love how that stencil comes down onto the scrapbooking paper. I love that color. Look at her collar, and her shoes are green. It's so pretty. I love those circles with the crowns on the side there. They're so awesome. And the collage behind with just the blocked out and the distress marker around it looks really good. So that's my piece, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good June, and I'll see you in July.